On this finally Friday, October 9th, for Tonto TV, KRIM Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines, brought to you by your Rim Country real estate specialist, Christine Crope. Tonto National Forest officials have reduced the bushfire public safety closure area to provide greater access to the public beginning today. The purpose of this modified closure order is to protect public health and safety while the current restricted area has an increased risk of post-fire flood events that could cause significant injury or death. This order went into effect today at 4 a.m. and will remain in effect until March 15, 2021, or until rescinded, whichever occurs first. Acting Forest Supervisor Tom Torres says, quote, "The Tonto National Forest is doing everything it can to provide as much access to the area as possible. In the aftermath of the fire, a Burned Area Emergency Response, or BEAR team, conducted a rapid assessment which recommended the forest implement an area closure order to protect the public. They say already they have installed gates at key roads to prevent public entry into high-risk areas, and they place signage across the burn scar to warn the public of risks when entering a burned watershed." Now, visitors are advised to use caution and check the latest weather forecast for rain, which has the potential to produce debris flows from the most modest rainfalls. Potential hazards include loose rocks, rolling debris on slopes, and fire-weakened trees that can fall. Officials say you should avoid drainages, washes, and creek bottoms. They say designated roads have the potential to be degraded or impassable after storm events. Now, we placed more details on this on KRIM's and Tonto TV's Facebook pages for your review. Well, up next, up on top of the rim, visitors there will have some new restrictions to be mindful of in one area, while yet another popular spot is finally reopening after this summer's wildfires. Details on those stories and more coming up next.
Hey everybody, we are so excited. We have our annual Domestic Violence Awareness Memory Walk coming up
here at Expedition Church on Wednesday, October 14th at 5 p.m. Please come join us and walk with us. We want our community's support to show awareness for those who have lost their lives due to domestic violence.
Welcome back. Up on top of the rim on the Coconino National Forest, the Forest Service wants you to know that due to low water levels in the C.C. Cregan Reservoir, watercraft operators are being asked to hand launch their equipment beginning next Tuesday. For public safety, we're going to limit launching to hand launching of watercraft, said Mogollon Rim District Recreation Planner Brady DeGrack. The launch ramp narrows as it gets closer to the water, he says, and there are unseen hazards just below the water's surface. The gate at the top of the launch ramp will be closed, and watercraft operators can expect an approximate 120-yard walk with their equipment in order to reach the water. Now, as a reminder, boats are restricted to a single electric motor or a single gasoline engine 10 horsepower or less. Swimming is not allowed within 50 feet of the boat ramp or dock, and parking is restricted except in designated parking spaces on Forest Road 751. For more information and updates regarding the C.C. Cregan Reservoir, you can visit the Coconino National Forest C.C. Cregan Reservoir webpage. And for you petroglyph enthusiasts, more good news up on top of the rim. The V-Bar-V Heritage Site will reopen to the public next Friday, October 16th. Now, it's a fascinating site that you owe it to yourself to visit. We've also placed more information on that for you on our Facebook pages as well, so make sure you check that out. Coming up in Rim Country weather, it does indeed look like we will be just a little bit cooler this weekend, with our daytime highs even down in the deserts dropping into the 80s. But there is yet another change in weather expected next week. We have the details on your full 7-day forecast coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News.
If you're talking, they will hear. We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, back here. You can do it if you try.
Well, taking a look at Rim Country weather, you can expect dry weather with decreasing temperatures through Monday. Afternoon breezes will strengthen each day through the weekend with gusty conditions due to a cold front brushing northern Arizona on Sunday. A return to warmer than normal conditions is expected next week. An overall quiet weather pattern lies ahead with dry and mostly warm weather anticipated through the foreseeable future. Arizona remains under a southwesterly flow aloft between the departing high-pressure ridge and a weak trough approaching the California coast. Now, we will temporarily see a brief change due to decreased temperatures and breezy conditions as a series of troughs progress through the western states. However, high pressure is quick to return next week. Daytime highs in Payson today should be right around 84 degrees, cooling to the upper 70s by Monday. But things will warm back to the mid-80s by early next week under sunny skies. Up on top of the rim today, they can expect a high near 74. Lows up on top of the rim are going to be dipping into the upper 30s this weekend. And our neighbors to the south in Tonto Basin, your high today should be right around 95 degrees. That'll be dropping into the upper 80s over the weekend before warming back to the mid-90s later next week. Maybe, just maybe, they've seen the last of triple-digit heat for this year. Maybe, kinda, sorta, okay, possibly. Anyway, that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Make it a great weekend.